Hello, everybody. Welcome to our very first week of the EDL Podcast. This is your host, Exernian, and today I'm joined by members from Monkeys in Training, Toxin, Annie, and Wales. All right, we'll start with Toxin. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Toxin, and I am the coach for Monkeys in Training. I have been coaching them for a little over, 2 to 3 months now? And I'm really excited with our team and really looking forward to see how we do in this league.
Okay, awesome. Annie, want to go next?
Hi, I'm Annie. I'm the mid laner from Monkeys in Training. I'm just vibing.
Just vibing, I like it. Okay, last but not least, we have Wales.
I'm the top laner for Monkeys in Training. So I do top lane things.
Short and sweet, I like it. Okay, so first off, let's start with, what do you guys think is the strengths of your team? Because we know that going into the season, when we were just looking at the stats and players and teams in general, you guys were anticipated to be the first and favorite to win. Do you think that kind of affected how you guys played the first week?
A little bit. I think the biggest thing about our week one was that we kind of didn't play very much together as a 5-man unit going into week one.
Mm-hmm.
We got a new support for the EDL roster, which is Yami, and we had only played together the 5 of them. We played the scrim. We played one scrim the day before, and that was the only actual practice the team has had together.
Uh-huh.
So it kind of felt a little weird coming in as the favorites when we weren't actually together as a team for more than a day. But I'm pretty sure we'll live up to everybody's expectations and come out on first.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, I remember looking back, it was before all of the roster changes, so I think we were looking at was it the ZGG roster?
Yeah, that's our ZGG roster.
Oh, okay,
they're also listed in here to sub for us, but we're trying to get all the starters and everybody playtime.
Yeah, that's what I understood from it. Okay, so what do you guys think happened then the first week? Because I remember you guys went, I think it was 1-2 against Subversive.
Basically what I saw from the gameplay was that our lane phase was a lot stronger than theirs, and we took advantage of that in game one, where we got very far ahead in lane, and then we're able to just win the game outright. What happened in game 2 and game 3 was that they picked lanes that kind of neutralized the lane and made it so that we couldn't just snowball them in lane phase. And then when it got to late game team fights, their team was very practiced and very good at just winning team fights, where our team was kind of just new and getting used to playing with each other.
Oh,
so
okay.
They really just took advantage of that and was able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting, because I remember also when we were looking back on it, Subversive was also one of those rookie teams. They're new to the scene. We didn't have a lot of information on them. And then Monkeys in Training is obviously part of the whole Literal Monkeys umbrella, and Literal Monkeys is very well known around the scene already with a whole bunch of teams. They have a whole bunch of experience, so it's actually really interesting to see that it was kind of flipped.
Oh no, for sure, yeah. Definitely my first loss as a coach, so there's stuff to learn from the team from those games as well. But no, don't count out Subversive. They definitely have a decent team on their board, or on board for them, and I think they should be a team to look out for.
Yeah, it was really, really, really exciting to just see an upset almost so early into the season, because obviously power rankings and just speculation in general. Okay, so then how do you guys think you function as a team? Do you think you guys are still just kind of working out all of the kings, just seeing how you guys work together?
That's for Annie and Wales.
Yeah,
Why don't you guys answer?
One of you can go ahead.
Yeah, just again, we played a couple Norms games on top of a scrim, and throwing in a whole new support too, literally the day before, kind of just we were just feeling each other out a bit throughout the game and just figuring out different play styles and that. Because at least Wales, Thievery, and I have played a lot in these past 2 months. Maybe not necessarily with each other, but to the point where we know each other's play styles and how to use them to our advantage. But yeah, we added Freddy a couple of weeks ago, and we're
Like
still
2 weeks, I think.
yeah, we're still learning how necessarily to play with him, and then we're still learning how to play with Yami. But I think give it time, we'll be fine.
So for your ADC and your support, do you think that they're still working out like synergy in the bot lane too?
A bit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely bot lane synergy is important, mid jungle synergy, you know. And then top, obviously, does top things.
Wills, do you want to talk about
Yeah.
your top things?
Yeah, Wales, do you have any input?
Yeah. I think we're all very aggressive players, and when you're playing so aggressive, I think you have to be all on the same page as to what each other's expectations are. And I think there was just
definitely.
a little bit of disconnect with the plays that we knew we could make and the plays that like we actually made.
Yeah, I think it is, like you guys were saying, when you're still feeling each other out and you're playing as an aggressive team, right? And I remember a team I played on, when we tried to do dives, we weren't very coordinated, right? Like, we would try to be aggressive, but some people, like, thought, are we going out now? Or, like, who's going to tank? Like, who initiates and stuff like that. So it's good that you guys are all aggressive, but it can be punishing. You know, like, if you're all aggressive, but you're not all on the same page. Like, one of you starts a dive and someone can't follow, right? So I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we have the right ideas. I think our execution just needs to improve and will improve as the season goes on.
It'll definitely be scary. Like, once you guys lock it in, once you guys can, like, find that synergy and, like, execute everything properly, it'll be very, very scary.
Oh, I agree.
Okay, so you guys are the streamed match next week against Revolution. So do you guys think that, you know, do you think this team is stronger? Because Revolution, they did go 2-1 against Burger Flip Esports in the first week. So do you guys think that coming into it, do you think they're like a stronger team since they're like they're coming out of a win? Do you think do you have like a good roster? How do you guys think you'll match up to them?
I'm not sure. I think they're around the same power level as Subversive. I'd almost take Subversive over Revolution, to be honest. Like, Subversive being the better team. But it really depends on, like, where our strengths lie as compared to theirs. For example, I think that our bot lane, if we can get our synergy going there, our players are just better than theirs. And at the same time, their top laner does look very strong. So it'll be interesting to see how he does into Wales. And then in terms of mid lane, I know Annie's just going to gap him, so...
Annie's going to gap him. Yeah, so do you think, like, being the stream match, do you think that it makes it a bit more nervous? Like, because, you know, people are watching, or that you guys are getting casted? Because I think the first week we had around... Sorry, Clutch, because you're...
36.
36? Okay, yeah. It was 30-something.
Yeah, 36 at peak. I know.
Yeah, so you think that's going to change how you guys play? Because you know that you're getting streamed?
Personally, no. We stream in Org a lot too, so we're used to kind of getting watched. And I'm more nervous about other people from that server just blaming me all the time, so I think we can handle it.
Yeah, and like, I remember when I was getting streamed also by VBU, it's just like, at first I think it was really fun to get streamed because, you know, you can always like watch back, and I was like, I wonder what Clutch said about like this play I like completely inted. But yeah, I think it's definitely interesting to see like yourself get streamed. I know that even for me, like playing, knowing that I'm getting streamed and like my friends are watching, or like people I look up to are watching, or people I don't like are watching, you know, like I want to prove them wrong or play well, but I think that puts a lot of pressure. So that it's good that you guys are like, you know, ready and prepared that that's not going to change.
Can I point out one thing real quick? I know it's not really my podcast, but you correct me if I'm wrong. You guys play MIT and ZGG this week, right?
Yeah. So
Sorry,
we.
not my team. Rev.
Yeah, we're supposed to play them, but we have to reschedule.
Okay, never mind. Because
But-
I was gonna say, if you guys played them like on Sunday with their starting roster, like that'd give you guys like a huge, like, you guys would know how they play, so like it would help out your subs, you know?
Yeah, but we've
Like, get a roster in here.
we played them in it was like a ZGG boot camp that happened during the
Scrim Gym?
preseason. Yeah, Scrim Gym. So we've
Yeah.
played against them. We know how they play.
Okay.
Which is why I
was
could make statements like, and he's gonna gap their mid laner, because I watched the mid laner play. It was a bit of a yikes. But that's but yeah, no. The other funny thing is that the ZGG team plays Subversive next Sunday. So within 2 weeks we're playing Subversive and Revolution twice.
It's pretty
Okay.
interesting.
So
That'll be
then,
cool to see.
with that, do you guys think that you're gonna go? So against Revolution, do you guys think it's gonna be another full 3-game series in your favor or for their favor?
I'm hoping we win in 2. I want to be in and out, but
You have the faith.
no,
Mhm.
I think that since we did go 3 games against Subversive, I think this team, Revolution, is about the same like relative power level. So yeah, there's a good chance that it could be a 3-game series. But hopefully it'll end up with us winning instead of the latter.
I wanted to see a 3-game series. The one match that we streamed the first week was the only 2-0.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's true.
I remember, like, because it was Chubby Baby's Rookies who won the first game, and then Clutch starts the poll for the next game, and I was like, yes, I believe in Chicago Dragons. This will be a 3-game series. And then they started off 5-0, and I was like, Chicago Dragons, they can do it! And yeah, and then they got, like, wiped, so.
Oh no. Yeah, no, that the Chubby Babies roster looks pretty decent. They I think they added a new player that really
Yeah,
look
yeah,
a
they
lot
used
better.
an E-sub, and then they're just like, yep, but this guy's just gonna be a sub on our team now, so.
Yep.
I think Chubby Baby's Rookies is also looking a lot stronger than I think we had all originally anticipated. Like, I guess it's still hard to see because we don't know their synergies, we don't know, like, exactly who their carry players are, so it was really cool to see. I mean, I don't want to say it was cool to see them wipe Chicago Dragons, but it was cool to see how they played. So
True.
And we did, I know me, Clutch, and a few other of the admins, we did get to take a peek at the Burger Flip versus Revolution series, and that was.
Oh no.
I mean, okay, so
yeah, BFE's full game
interesting.
too. That's
Yeah.
All I know is that
They were down.
Serm
Okay.
and what's it called? Serm and Blood Beast are pretty decent players. I don't know anything about the rest of their roster.
BNJ played really good. I think he was definitely.
Oh yeah,
my
he
MVP
was
for
definitely
that
their MVP for their second game, I think.
series. Yeah, he actually won like 9 game 2 and 1 game.
Yeah.
Not saying the rest of the team didn't play good, but he was definitely the reason why.
So if you
like,
guys,
they're kind of winning.
sorry to cut you off. So okay, for your 3-game series, I don't remember. Did you guys win the first or the second game?
The first
Or
one.
the first one. Okay. So then what do you think happened going into the second game? Because you guys win the first game, right? And then obviously the other team's mental is a little bogged down, and you guys are coming out of it with a better mental. What do you think happened the second game then?
What do you guys think?
Honestly, mental gap on my part, or mental boom on my part. I hate personally playing against Yon, and
Oh.
Tokumus's Yon is very
You-
fucking strong.
You
and very
definitely
good.
remind me of one of my friends. He
I'm a
hates
control
playing
mage player.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah.
that champion
hates
so
Yasuo Yone,
much.
and he's like,
Yep.
Exernian, can you give me your ban? I'm like, okay. What do you want me to
Yeah.
ban? He's like, ban Yasuo, ban Yone.
So that game was partly on my fault. I felt like I did fine in lane against him, but just in team fights, he was really good with his target selection. He constantly picked off our support and ADC, and we just really couldn't do anything because that's just no access to then their Jinx, and their Jinx was like 10 and 2, I think. So obviously she was really strong. But
Yeah, it sounds like the Yone pick kind of just gave them a mental boost to the other team, and then really got them back into the series.
Okay, so then for the third game, did you guys ban Yone to try and like?
Oh yeah, we
try and
like
take it away from him?
first bandit.
Okay, he's like,
Get
nope,
it out of there.
not seeing this again. Yeah.
We had it banned in the first series, but we just banned it second round.
Oh,
But-
okay.
They decided to just first pick it, or put it in the first round rotation.
Oh, okay, so I see. That's good on them. And then that you guys banned it. So then, the third game then, what happened if you guys banned Yone and still lost?
So the third game, it was just like we kind of just like fell off in terms of like mental play, and then
yeah.
I think they just had like the stronger mental in that game.
Yeah, I usually don't like playing full 3-game series. I remember playing 5-game series. It's like if we're playing like a 4th or 5th game, like I am clocked out already. I don't know how the pros do it, but yeah, I get super tired.
5-game series are fun.
Or like if I play a scrim and we're in a 3 block, like by the end of the 3rd game, it's like I'm not even playing the game anymore. Okay, yeah. Then what do you guys think going into next week then against Revolution? What do you think you guys have learned?
I think we kind of are working out our kinks as a team, like how we play with each other. And then I know we're gonna go over in a VOD review, like kind of more about what we can improve on later on in the week. But I think the biggest thing is just kind of like learning to play as a unit.
Yeah, that's always really hard. I know team I played on again, our jungler loves invading. He's like, my team doesn't have prio. Oh well, runs in. And then like I think it took me like 4 or 5 weeks just to recognize like when he was going in, to see just where he was going for his camps that he was looking to take and steal. And I'm like, okay, he's going in, I have to follow him. Like I know he's gonna need help.
True. And like yeah, those things take time to like actually figure out.
Yeah, because obviously like at first you guys are like first getting to know each other and then kind of figuring out like how you play, and but eventually like once you guys, again, it's a short season, so you guys will, I mean the timeline is a bit crunched, right? So are you guys like scrimming every week as well?
Yeah, so both the rosters scrim once a week, and then we have our games once a week.
Oh, okay.
As well as like having a VOD review.
Yeah, I think all of that stuff will definitely help you. And then, we'll see.
For sure.
See how.
They also play way more together.
Yeah. Just play like
I'm
some
excited
flex
as well.
games, have some fun.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's what they've been doing. Just kind of getting games in whenever they have a free moment.
All right, so let's take a look at next week's matches. So you guys mentioned that you're thinking a 2-1 in your favor against Revolution.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm hoping for a 2-0 though.
Hoping for a 2-0. I don't want to play the third game. I know that feeling. Okay, so then the next 2 matches. So there's Subversive versus Chicago Dragons. So Chicago Dragons, if you guys don't know too much about them, they're also a new rookie roster. A lot of them don't have competitive experience. Their best player is, or I guess their highest ranked player is their support. So it's hard for them to, exactly know who to dedicate all their resources to just yet, because they're still a new team working everything out. And Subversive, you guys have gone against them. So who do you guys think will win that series, and why, and like what?
I think that Subversive will probably win because I mean, I don't mean to like toot our own horn, but they beat us, which is a pretty like really good team.
Yeah.
And so I think that if they can beat us, they can beat anybody in this league. And if they're going against a team that you guys are saying is kind of new to playing competitive and playing together, then they should be able to take advantage of that as well and come out with another win. The biggest thing I think for Chicago Dragons is to establish their own identity, because what Subversive does have is they have a very strong identity for their team, and I don't know if I should like leak strats, but they play the same style in basically every game.
Okay.
So if you look through their match histories for their leagues,
yeah, and you see like who pops off and who they're dedicating other resources to.
Yeah, they play the same champs in the same way every single time. So that in itself just makes them a better team.
Okay, side question then. So do you think that if you guys are to go against Subversive again and you know their strategy, will you be able to kind of cut it at the stem and know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I think that our bans and the way we drafted should have been able to beat them. We just were inexperienced.
Okay.
And like
So
that's kind of.
If you guys were to like ever meet up again, say in like playoffs, then you guys think it'll definitely be a win for you?
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
If we're
so-
able to make playoffs and like get our ducks in a line, then I think for sure we should be able to beat any of these teams.
Okay, so
Especially Subversive.
Okay, so Annie, do you think that Subversive will also win this series in either a 2-0 or 2-1 series?
I don't know anything about Chicago Dragons, so I feel like it's kind of hard to say, but also like I've played against Subversive also a couple times, and also playing against them last Friday. So yeah, I would say Subversive as well. Just their experience is very, very their strong point. So
Yeah, okay, I agree with you. So Wales, do you have anything to add to that, or do you kind of agree with everything else everyone's saying?
Yeah, I think they're a strong team. I think they should win, but I think things happen. I mean, it's silver, gold, elo.
it's
So
silver, gold, elo, anything can happen.
I mean, like if you can just snowball, like they can't really do anything about it. That's what we did in game 1, but they also play a lot of things that again negate laning phase. So if you can break their team fight, you can probably beat them. See how Chicago does it.
Yeah, I mean they do show promise. Like they do show signs of life. It's like you guys said, just like they're still working out their own like, you know, own things. But okay, so the last series is Burger Flip Esports versus Chubby Babies Rookies. So I'll give you guys a quick brief on it. So Burger Flip Esports did beat they lost to Revolution, sorry, in 1-2. They lost the first game, won their second game, even though they were really far behind, and then they just lost the third game. And their top laner and old team captain left. So I don't think they have a top laner right now. As I say this, so recording this on February 14th, Valentine's Day, they do not have a top laner right now. It could change by the time we publish this, but I don't know yet. And so they're going against Chubby Babies Rookies, the team that 2-0'd Chicago Dragons. So with that knowledge, what do you guys think? I think this will be definitely like a closer game, depending on who Burger Flip brings in for the top. But again, it's hard for me to say. So Toxin, do you want to start?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably give it to Chubby Baby Rookies. The biggest thing with Burger Flip is like their ability to actually fill the roster, because I know they're also having trouble in gold for ZGG, trying to like actually fill a roster. So whether or not they can actually get 5 players to play the video game remains to be seen. But I do have a lot of confidence in Serm to be able to carry games. Will he be able to carry a full series? Who knows? But I do think that any roster with Serm on it can be a good roster.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I know when we were going into it, we did look a lot at Blood Beast and Serm. Mid-jungle duo is always very scary, especially if they're really good and they have good synergy.
I think the other thing to look at for rookies is also little Rodney.
Okay.
We did get to see him try out for us, actually, earlier in the split.
Oh,
So I do know a little bit how he plays, and I thought he was a really good mid laner. So the mid lane matchup in this series is something to really look out for.
Yeah, Chubby Babies is getting streamed again in the 3rd week against Subversive. So, I mean, we will be able to see it again and see how those two teams match up. So, who do you think will win? So, Chubby Babies Rookies, do you think it'll be a 2-1, 2-0?
I think I'll put it at a 2-0 because I do have more confidence in Little Rodney and also Rook Cauldron. He also tried out for us, so I know how good he is as well.
Okay.
So I have more faith in those 2 players and that roster, especially with the new player that they added. I think that roster should be able to win, but I've also seen them just randomly drop games and lose, in ZGG to people that they probably should have beaten. So who knows? Who knows, honestly.
Yeah, these are best of threes. So I remember I played in BOL last split, and I went up against a team that pulled out Kindred mid, and we lost to that.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But it's because it was a best of one, and then, it's like one and done, and then we're like, well, we just lost to Kindred mid, now we have to move on.
Yeah, just go next, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so Annie, what do you think then? Are you agreeing with Toxin here?
Yeah, sort of, because, like, I also know Serum is a really good player, and I've heard good things about Lil Runner. So I think mid matchup is probably the thing to watch, and I think it should be a lot of fun to watch in general. I played with Rook too. Good support, good shot caller, good engage support player as well. And I saw the clip of his Seraphine ult.
Oh,
as
yeah.
a fellow Seraphine player.
Yeah.
That feels really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I know Blood Beast as well. He's a really good jungler, and mid jungle duo I think could honestly carry that team to a win. But I'm gonna stick with the CB Rookies pick.
So 2-0 for Chubby Baby's Rookies here, or 2-1?
I would say 2-1.
2-1. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and last but not least, we have Wales again. Do you think 2-0 for Chubby Baby's Rookies, 2-1? Why or why not?
I think it can go either way. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped a game, just because stuff happens, but I like Chubby Baby's team.
Yeah, I know, like, I remember watching them in the stream match, and they're actually a really strong roster. Even though they had an E-sub, like, I don't know, they just had a lot of synergy going on. You could just tell that, like, they were communicating really effectively. They knew what they were doing, and then... So that is something to look out for. It's hard. I wish we could stream more of the games, because during the first week, too, I wish we could have streamed, like, all of the games. Clutch, if you could have picked one more stream match, which one do you think we should have streamed?
Of week 1?
Yeah.
I don't know. Both the other 2 ones were pretty good. I mean, unfortunately, like, you would have probably liked to see Rev BFE streamed, because, that was going to be a close one anyway.
Yeah, we were talking about the other admins. We were all saying, like, man, we should have been able to.
Yeah, the only problem is, like, you're trying to get the best
Yeah.
games, and every team has to be streamed. So, like, you're gonna miss out on some of these, like, good series. And I mean, MIT Subversive was actually pretty close.
Yeah, I wish we could have.
So that one
we
would've
could have
been
streamed
close.
your guys' match as well.
Oh,
Chowder
good.
and Chubby Babies was. I mean, it was.
It wasn't
good
like
to
a
watch, but-
slaughter, like it wasn't like a full out slaughter, but it was definitely
Yeah.
one-sided. Past
It
a
was
certain
pretty
point.
one-sided.
Yeah.
Past like 10 minutes in both games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also I feel like Chicago Dragons is a team that like does have the ability to improve, and then I think by week 3, 4, maybe 5, 6, that team is a team that should be something to look out for, and should be something. It's not going to be a pushover.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks is like it is a 5-week season, so like you start out 0-2, 0-3, you're kind of doomed. Like you have to win out, or
It's
you're not making
definitely
playoffs.
hard to come back once the losses are not taken lightly. It's hard to recover. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, 4 out of 6 make playoffs, so like technically there's gonna be a team that's like 2-3 that makes it. But like you get to that 3-loss mark and like you're really pushing playoffs. You're like real close to not making it. So
Yeah.
True, but also then you have say Subversive comes into Chicago Dragons, or one of the teams that's like, oh, we're like 3-0, we're like or in 0-4 or 3-1. Like this team is down in the dirt. They like shouldn't even make playoffs. And they probably just underestimate them, and Chicago Dragons comes in, beats them up. I can totally see something like that happening.
Okay, so with that then, so we've gone through the week 2 matches. Do you guys have a favorite to win? Do you guys think you guys can just take it all? Or do you think there's going to be another team?
I do think that we're the favorites to win, despite us losing. I know it's kind of hard to say, considering we did lose.
Because you guys were the favorites to win, and I don't think my opinion has changed too much, but other teams could definitely like kind of see you guys as a bit weaker now that you've lost to Subversive.
Yeah, I think that the competition is a lot closer than people might have thought going in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that of these teams, like on any given night, I think any of these teams can win. I am a little bit lower on Chicago Dragons because they're so new, but any of the other teams, Revolution, Subversive, CBR, and Burger Flip, are all teams that are scary and can win and can beat us. So I am looking forward to seeing how everybody does.
Super early into the season, so it is hard to say, like, because no one is like super far ahead in points or anything right now. I think going throughout the whole season 2, points will be close. There will be teams that will need the head-to-head to stay on top. So, and Subversive, like, if they keep winning, then they could potentially, like, hold their first place spot. It's just by game differential right now, Chubby Babies is over them.
I'm pretty confident that no team is going to end undefeated. That I'll go on record and say it. No team will end it undefeated.
I agree with you. I think every game will be, like, super close.
I agree.
Okay, then. So, Annie, do you have any thoughts? Do you think there's another team that's favored to win other than your team?
I mean, CV Rookies again still looks scary. So, I'd say them too.
Okay, then. So, Wales, do you have any other thoughts? Do you also think it's like Chubby Babies Rookies, or is there another team?
I think I believe in us. I think I've seen how much everyone's grown and how much we'll continue to grow. And I think by the end of the season, we'll look like a whole nother team.
Oh, that's good. You guys will win mystery skins. Very, very expensive. You know, they're like plated in gold, you know, very sparkly, very expensive.
True.
I don't know who's going to be gifting them. I think it's going to be Clutch.
Probably
Clutch. You know what you should do? You should make a banner for the team, and they all pick their favorite champions. And you just put it up, and it's like EDL champs, and then it's like all of the skins, all the champions, just like in a 5-man.
Aw,
Okay,
that'd be sick.
Exernian?
That would be pretty cool.
Don't worry, I'm gonna write that down. Don't mind me.
Yeah, you hear that? Cause
I've made a couple of other graphics for.
I can't make graphics, so kind of all you.
I do have a few for later in the season.
Our All-Star one is cracked.
You guys will see them later into the season. Yeah, are you guys like excited about All-Stars? Do you think like
All-Stars, let's go!
Alright, All-Stars, alright, if our entire roster isn't like in the top 3, there's something wrong here, alright?
All-Stars is gonna be cracked.
Yeah,
we'll
quick reminder how it's broken down. So the staff, we will pick the top 3 for each position, and then the players will vote it down to 2, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
top
okay.
2.
I have it correct. Okay, yeah. So then we'll have the people who are number 1 all on one team, and all the people who are number 2 on another team. And then while everyone else is just taking a break, we're gonna have the all-star teams go against each other.
Yeah, best of 3.
Yeah.
They just have fun. You can take it as how try hard as you want, or as.
I will say, Chinese Spy has expressed interest.
Oh, no. Play a game, and I don't think you will.
Wants to play on the all-star team. Yeah, it's gonna be different because like it's not guaranteed you'll get your whole roster. Like you might have 1 or 2 other people on your team, or you could just be with like a whole bunch of people you don't know, and then you're just like, okay, well, have fun, go try and beat this other team that has no idea. It's like a
I
draft
think it'd be
league.
interesting to play against your teammates, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
definitely. Because you're like, oh, I know this guy likes to play this champion, let's ban it, or like let them pick it, and I'm gonna pick this, you know. So.
Oh, I think that if, like, let's say, for example, our team, like, all gets selected, I think they should play against each other. Like, don't put the support and the AD together, put them on separate teams, put the mid-jungle on separate teams.
That is up to
I would rather
players.
them play against each other for All-Stars and then have, like, 80, like, monkeys in training versus All-Stars of the rest sort of thing. I think that would be a lot less fun than
It
having
will
them
be
play
up
against each
to
other.
the player vote. We will see later into the season. So.
But yeah, no, I think that in most roles, I think in almost every role, we should have a player top 3.
By the end of the season. Yeah, that's in like.
By the end of the season,
Okay,
we
yeah,
should be
that's
able to
in
get
like
there.
4 or 5 weeks. So, okay, yeah, I'm definitely like I'm gonna keep an eye out and see how you guys grow. So
Look, man, if I can just play Zoe.
just let me play Zoe, guys. That used to be me. Last season. Don't look at my op.gg. I play a lot of Rakan. So.
Oh, I can see.
I see no hints.
No.
You know.
I think I got him to. Last season, I think I got him to like an 80 or 90% pick ban rate from me.
Nice.
I don't feel like it's a good thing. I'm just like, it's so rude. It's always like first rotation ban. They're like, ban Rakan. Cry.
They're just scared of it, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Honestly, so. Yeah, I think it'll be exciting to see the All-Stars and how that goes. Like, yeah, to like go against your own teammates is. It's kind of funny and scary all at the same time because they know how you play, but you know how they play. So you're like just both pointing like a gun at each other, like don't do it.
Don't pick this. I told you not to.
Exactly. Okay, so we're getting a bit low on time here. If you guys have any last remarks, do you have any questions for us?
I'm good. Do you guys have questions?
That I can think of.
No.
You know, straight to the point. I like it. Well, thank
Gotta
you
look
guys
up
for
later.
coming out. Yeah, it was really fun talking to all you guys. Thanks for talking about MIT and the team, and it's nice to get to know you guys.
Yeah, sounds good. I had a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to seeing the stream match this Friday. Remember, people need 25 ranked games, and if you're gold 4, you need to play 10 ranked games a week. People don't think I check, but I check.
Oh, yeah.
I will check. So, thanks again for coming out tonight, and yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys. That's the
Thanks,
end of
you
this
too.
podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah.